It is definitely evening for me, so good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Nora Show. I am possibly about to buy a house, and that means a move, which means wild disruption through all of this. And I'm actually incredibly anxious and nervous and filled with trepidation and a whole bunch of emotions. So, to cope, I decided to bring out my America's Housekeeping book. This cover is washable. It is a 1940s housekeeping book, and the first chapter is about how to choose your home. So, I'm going to read to you. So curl up with a delightful beverage of choice and enjoy learning how to pick out a house 1940s style. Oh, and I haven't exactly read it, so I'm sure I'll have some sort of emotional, reaction at some point. I have no idea what this is going to say. Chapter 1. When you hunt a home. The house you live in, whether it is small or spacious, affects the kind of living you will do in it. Careful selection of the physical home, an apartment, a new house, or a house you buy to remodel, is a primary job of setting up housekeeping. Let analysis of your habits and taste guide you in choosing your home. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses by selecting a neighborhood where families on the whole have a larger income than your own. Rather, choose a locality where your neighbors will have comparable incomes and interests. What to look for when you rent an apartment. Take this checklist with you when you are house hunting. And this is 1. An apartment that suits the taste of your husband and yourself. Your wife and your wife. There, okay? Or your husband and your husband. I don't care. An apartment that suits the taste of you and yours. Its location in the part of town where you have friends. That's smart. Its accessibility to transportation to your husband's important person in your life. Place of business. Its size, big enough so you don't get into each other's way. Not so big that housekeeping becomes a burden. Oh, that's incredibly true. I love the idea of a mansion or something, but there is a square footage point where I look at it and go, I need a maid. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And right about the time you don't want to, it's a burden. Not that I ever want to do housekeeping, but now I'm off track. Its personality, up to date, charming, cozy, or spacious, depending on what you feel expresses you. Number 2, an apartment costing no more than 25% of your total income. Looks like that hasn't changed. Including all fixed changes which can't be changed during the period of the lease. Gas, electricity, telephone service, communication costs. I like that they're including, this part has changed. They including all the fixed things, such as I think that anything that takes the house to run and do what it's supposed to do, so electricity, water, gas, trash, recycling, without these things, the house it's not functional. So I actually consider that to need to be part of the 25% ratio. Number 3, a lease, which is not too long, 1 year preferably, so you won't be tied up before you are sure you wish to stay longer. Number 4, absence of front, unless there are special business or social reasons for it. Ornate houses Ornate house lobbies and brass button doormen do not make a home. Number 5 is the essentials of a good floor plan, including cross ventilation in every room, sunlight where desirable, as in children's rooms, dining room, and kitchen, if possible, in living room. Convenient dining space where a table can be set without disorganizing whole living room. Privacy of sleeping quarters so they can be shut off from the rest of the rooms when necessary. Ample closets for husbands, wives, and children's things to be separately stored. Whoever lives with you, oh my goodness, everyone needs their own space. Storage space for trunks, suitcases, linens, blankets, winter clothes. Provision for delivery service at or near kitchen. Efficient kitchen with cupboards and workspaces suited to your own requirements. Adequate wall space for furniture. Get room dimensions and make a diagram to scale. Locate all your pieces of furniture on the diagram before signing the lease. Enough well-spaced convenience outlets in each room. Space for easy entertaining. What to look for when you buy a home. 1. A neighborhood in which you will want to live for many years. Accessible to stores, church, synagogue, schools. I added the synagogue part. Populated, mosque, point of, Buddhist temple, whatever. Anything that's important to you. We can fix these things. But I'm totally losing my place. Okay. Be patient. Populated by the kind of people you want your friends and that you want for your friends and your children's friends. Convenient to your husband, spouse, human that's really important in your world. Place of business. Showing signs of growth as a residential community. Number 2, a price which will not mean too heavy a burden of payment over too long a period of time. Don't forget to include all the fixed charges, interest, amortization of the mortgage, taxes, insurance, fuel for house heating, water and its heating, upkeep of car if used for daily transportation, gas, electricity, telephone, communication, minimum repairs. Minimum repairs. Good construction. Number 3. You will be wise to have expert advice on this, for much construction detail is hidden behind finished walls and floors. Get an architect for a nominal fee to look over a house you are considering. He will give you a reliable opinion as to its soundness. I like that. Number 4, an architectural style which is not fatty or in bad taste, which looks well on its site and mingles well with the houses near it. Number 5, a house which can expand as your family grows and its interests widen. Is there an attic which can be made into a room or rooms? Is there space to put on addition later? Can the basement be made into a recreation or workroom? Is there outdoor play space for children? Number 6, a floor plan providing the essentials of gracious living. Not too many stairs to be climbed each day. Front entrance separate from living rooms. Rear entrance into hall, not kitchen. No passageway through bedrooms to get to other bedrooms or bath. Sheltered access from garage to house. See essentials of a good floor plan under what to look for when you rent an apartment on page 4. Number 7, adequate heating. Check to determine whether adequate circulation of heat in winter is provided for every room. Get your local fuel dealer's estimate of cost of heating the house with fuel already provided. Check this figure against the cost of new equipment and or other fuel, taking into consideration a long-term heating plan before you make changes. Check costs involved if you change to automatic fueling by means of oil burner, coal stoker, or gas burner, which takes the drudgery out of heating problems. Note availability and delivery cost. Note availability and delivery cost of new fuel and find out what must be done about regular servicing or ash disposal. Plan for adequate storage facilities for fuel. Number 8. Garbage disposal. Method, cost, if any. Good plumbing. Number 9. Check whether the water supply is safe and adequate. Make sure plumbing is installed according to the local health and building regulations. Find out if plumbing noises have been eliminated. Downstairs lavatory if possible. Number 10. Modern electric wiring. Have your electrician check on the number of circuits and size of wire in the house. Standards of adequate wiring have improved with the increase in use of electrical appliances. Check to determine number of convenience outlets, wherever lamps, vacuum cleaners, radios, toasters, etc. may be used. Sound walls, floors, and ceilings. Inspect the condition of the surface of the rooms to see if any repairs must be made before redecorating. Well, that was delightful. The only thing that really doesn't stand true is the get your local fueler dealer's estimate and adequate storage facilities for fuel. Everything, but the ideas behind this on how your house works and how it's going to work and how you upkeep it and why you've chosen the place that you live, not much has changed. Fascinating. That was actually deeply practical. I'm not sure that I was expecting to be that practical or correct. Interesting. Okay. What to look for when you buy a house to remodel. Number 1, a house shell, foundations, walls, and roof, requiring very little structural change, style of architecture in good taste, not fatty. Visit the house on a rainy day if you can to see if roof leaks or cellar is wet. Have an expert go over the structure to check on condition of weight-bearing partitions, rafters, sills, and old chimneys. Have an expert check for evidence of dry rot or termite infestation. Remember, a coat of paint works wonders if the surface it covers is in good condition. A house large enough to allow the sufficient number of rooms within the original walls. Addition of whole wings is more costly than repartitioning the existing interior. Number 3, a house which can be oriented to take advantage of sunlight and air. Consider before you begin if there will be sunlight and cross ventilation where you want it when you remove or add partitions. Don't forget ventilation in cellars and attics. Number 4, room arrangements which can be changed easily for a better floor plan. End of a hall which can be made into a bathroom. Large kitchen which can be made into kitchen and breakfast nook. 2 small rooms which can be thrown into one. Wall space between rooms where closets can be made. Walls which can take a dining or greenhouse bay to give additional space. Large bedrooms in which extra baths can be built. Attics which can be insulated and made into rooms. Wall and floor surfaces which can be modernized by new materials such as wall canvas to cover cracked plaster walls. Pre-finished wall boards in color or wood graining, some of which insulate as well as decorate. Plastic paints which adhere to old surfaces and allow textured effects. Stock moldings and wainscotings, door frames, etc. Easily laid floor linoleum, asphalt or cork tile, rubber tile or sheeting, prefabricated floorboards, and parquet blots. Glass brick insets or partitions where light is at a premium. Condition of plumbing, if any. I don't want it if there's no plumbing. Oh, that's what they're talking about. If there's no plumbing, you need to put plumbing in. Welcome to the 1940s. Figure in the cost of installing a private water supply and sewage disposal system if the house is in the country. Okay, that's actually still relevant today, just not necessarily in my life, but still relevant. Condition of heating plant, if any. See heating plant. See adequate heating, page 5, this chapter. Number 8, availability of utilities. It is costly to add electricity if the power lines are not already on the road. True. Check up on cost of cooking with bottled gas, electricity, or kerosene if the house is not on a city gas or electric line. This sounds like this was pretty common. Number 9, check points under what to look for when you buy a house, pages 4 through 6, this chapter. And that is chapter 1 of this delightful book. Good night, everyone.